You know that FMCSA broker transparency rule that was supposed to finally give us a peek behind the curtain at what brokers are pocketing? Yeah, well, they just pushed it back again. Now we're looking at 2026 before anything official even happens. So let's break this down, driver to driver, what this rule is, why it matters to folks like us, and what it means that the FMCSA just tapped the brakes for another year. You ever wonder why it feels like you're the last one to know how much money is really in a load? You get told your rate, you sign the contract, but what's the broker making off that top? That's where the transparency rule comes in. So here's the basic gist of it. Essentially, brokers would have to keep all transaction records electronically. No more hiding behind a dusty filing cabinet. Those records would have to include useful, real information and not just vague scribbles. And most importantly, they'd have to hand it over to you within 48 hours if you ask. It sounds pretty fair, right? Pretty basic. Essentially, if you've hauled a load, you should be able to see the receipts of that load. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And the reason why drivers are really starting to care about this problem is because too many drivers are out here running miles that don't even cover the fuel, while brokers are cashing in on the spread. There's also a lot of contracts that make you waive your right to even ask for records. Like sign here if you don't want to know how badly we're shorting you. Transparency means power. If you know the real numbers, you can walk away from shady brokers and negotiate better. If you think about it, if you saw a broker got paid $3,000 on a load and you only got $1,500, you'd think twice before booking with them again, right? So here's the bad news. The FMCSA was supposed to be moving on this sooner. Instead, the next step, the official proposal, just got pushed back to May of 2026. That means no changes this year, and probably more than likely no changes next year. It's just going to be more waiting for us. And let's be real. Delays like this usually mean pressure from the broker side. They've got lobbyists, lawyers, and deep pockets. They'll say it's too expensive, or it's too complicated, or it'll hurt business. Meanwhile, drivers keep getting screwed. When we finally do see this come into play next year, hopefully, what would the rule actually do? Well, if this rule actually drops the way FMCSA says, there'll be no more oops, we lost the paperwork. It'll be all electronic records, which is good. Modernized contents, which essentially means records, will actually show rate, freight details, and who got what. Brokers would have regulatory duty, which means that they must give you the records. It would not be an option. The 48-hour rule would also be in place, which means once the load's done and you ask, they have 48 hours to hand it over. It's wild though, right? Like, if you really think about it, it sounds like something we should already have. Like, why is this even controversial? If you are doing business honestly, you shouldn't be scared to show the books. I did a little bit of research and I've read through some of the comments specifically from drivers, and a lot of them are not holding back. There was one driver that said broker transparency is desperately needed because scams and fraud are putting drivers out of business. Another said everything was black and white, brokers wouldn't be able to take advantage of certain markets. We've all been there. Chasing down payment, finding out last minute that the broker got way more than they let on. It sucks. And that's why so many drivers are fired up about this. But the brokers? Oh, they're worried about cost and privacy. Translation? They don't want us to see how much they've been skimming us for years. So with all that being said, what can we do while we wait for this delay? Well, make sure that we're checking our contracts. Look for those waiver clauses, the ones where you unknowingly give up your right to see broker records. If it's in there, you've been warned. Make sure to keep your own records. fuel, miles, invoices. Make sure to write it down, save it, track it. That way, when something feels off, you've got your own paper trail. Talk to your brokers. Straight up ask them, how soon can you give me transaction records? Their answer will tell you a lot. How they respond to you will tell you a lot. If they sit there and hesitate, and that's your answer. Okay? Also make sure that we are staying ready for 2026. When the proposal comes out, you'll get a chance to comment. So make sure you don't miss it. Because the more drivers that speak up, the harder it is for them to bury this thing. So here's where we're at. FMCSA says transparency is important, but we're stuck waiting till 2026 to maybe see it happen. Meanwhile, brokers keep playing their game. But you don't have to sit back and take it. Keep your eyes open, know your rights, and share info with other drivers. We've only got power in this industry if we use it. Anyways, I know this is kind of a quick video, but thanks for hanging out with me today. Make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know if you've ever had a broker pull one over on you, or if you even think that this rule will actually help when it finally lands. But until next time, make sure to stay safe out there, drivers, and I will see you next week.